Hello. It's been a while since I've updated to my Discord about what I've been doing, but this summer I've come into the idea that I want to start putting out more content for what I think is gonna happen in the next trading session. I think it's a very good way to expand the community, and hopefully I can teach you guys how I view things. If I'll be posting my P&L about today. Today was my first trading day sitting in my house. I've been doing a lot of stuff outside as well, but one of the few days that I've been able to trade so far, and I just want to document what I did. So yesterday, Monday, I didn't trade this day. I was outside with my friends, but I marked out the key levels of what the high and the low of the daily chart were, right? And then if you drop the time frame, I mean you don't really have to, but you can see like just we wick off the same level on this, same exact levels right here. We form a nice little double bottom, and then we're still in this range of what Monday created, right? We're still on this little nice uptrend on the 15. We found this nice trend line, right? But we're still in that candle, right? I don't want to talk too much about Monday because we're going into this for tomorrow, but let's just take a look about what I want to do for Tuesday or Wednesday rather. So let's mark up our highs and lows of today, which were right here and right here, right? It's very important to remember like NQ is the index that we're looking at, but there's other things to look at as well. Like for example, when you're trading, you just don't want to be looking at NQ. You want to be looking at QQQ, like QQQ. Like I'm just gonna show very quickly like why it's important, right? Like NQ. Let me just delete these lines. Like NQ. Even though we had a daily close underneath the Monday high on QQQ, on QQQ, you could see on QQQ that we finished higher. The body of the candle finished higher than the body of Monday's candle. What does that tell me? What is that indicative of? Like, okay, so we have a downtrend, and we finished higher. Our price closed higher than it did on the previous day, which means that like more buyers are in control, even in this area of which we called like selling zone, right? More buyers were in control, and that's super important to like understand, because QQQ is what more like retail traders are trading, more options traders are trading that. And even though like primarily a lot of futures traders are trading just NQ, a lot of us do have QQQ chart open at like, or just having like tabs on it, right? Like just knowing like, oh, like we're entering QQQ yesterday high, yesterday low. Like it's very important to understand where more of the volume is being traded. If you notice, the average volume of QQQ is 31 million. On NQ it's significantly smaller, where it's like, hold on, like average volume is like what, like 200, like right now it's 11k, but let's look at this, 241k or 243k. It's significantly smaller than QQQ volume. QQQ is more indicative of like what the general public believes is going on, right? Like if you think about it like that. In the same token, you want to be looking at ES, right? Like ES levels are super important to QQQ. You could see like the same double bottom formed, and then the Monday candle was much larger for ES than it was for NQ. You can like notice that right here. Look, like even though the body of the candle for NQ for today almost closed around the Monday high, you could see on ES we didn't really even get close. Like we tried, but we're still halfway, like a little bit more than halfway to go, right? That's important. Also, you want to be able to like just make your levels for what the next day could possibly. We're like areas of, oh yeah, one of the indexes is entering its high of the previous day, or the low of the previous day, and the other index will follow, or like it will, let's say like for example, what I'm trying to say is like, let's say NQ sets a new high, right? Let's say NQ sets a new high, and ES also needs to set a new high for me to be like, okay, this is a really good time to enter longs. Or let's say we bounce at the same point, like if you notice, like look, we bounce here on ES, the same bottom, and we bounced here on NQ, the same bottom. If that happens, then I'm thinking, okay, look, there's no way in hell I want to really be shorting this, because buyers are in full control. They pivoted this indexes at the same exact time. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? Like that, like that's the idea I'm really going into it with. Same thing with SPY. You notice on SPY we have this nice little, like yesterday we had like I'm like less like sure on SPY than I am on QQQ what's going on, because like SPY generally is, as of right now, just is lagging NQ. Like you could see, look, SPY had a 0.40% day today, where NQ had a percent day, or QQQ had a percent day today. It's a pretty staggering difference, but it's important to like just look, like for example, like price yesterday on Monday created this little hammer, this bearish hammer, right? So you go into this thinking like, oh, like I want to short this because this bearish hammer. This is where retail traders just like suck at looking at their total package. Where like, yeah, sure, like this is a bearish hammer, but what are everything else telling us? Like there are levels to look at. Like if we broke through this bearish hammer, then yeah, I guess it is bearish. But no, but retail traders, the option traders, aren't looking at these things. They're just trading SPY and QQQ. That's what we're trying to avoid. We want to be making sure that we have all the levels like made. Same thing with what I said about ES. Like we are not even close to reaching the Monday high, but we did close above the Monday body. Right, this is where Monday closed. We did close above what Monday closed above. So I want to be able to draw up my levels, right? Like for example, I have this and this, right? Then I have NQ, is it right here and right here, and then I have ES, and that's right here and right here, and I mean the levels can be like completely accurate, or just general levels. Like you can just see like, oh yeah, like we're approaching highs, we're approaching lows. Like it's I'm not too like nitpicky on that stuff. And for QQQ, it would be right here, right here. So in general, like I also like want to pay attention to volume. Like yeah, that these three bearish candles did have higher volume than we really wanted them to, but like in context to everything else, like for example, like in context to average volume, like it's not like QQQ had a bad day on like a good day on low volume. It was a good day on average volume, which is like pretty indicative of like, you know, buyers still have interest, buyers still have control. It's not like they're completely lost. I'm not also going to call for a market crash after 3 just bearish days. But yeah, that's my if you just wanted like the quick thoughts, like this is my TLDR at the end of the video. Like just okay, like I'm gonna like, I don't like doing this often, but I'm gonna try to call price like as not like as much as high it'll go, but I'm gonna say tomorrow's gonna be a green day. If you want to make money tomorrow, it's gonna be on the long side. That's my guess. Now it's very important. It's very important to come into the next day with a bearish bullish scenario. Like anything can happen, right? Just be flexible. Like for example, if we start rejecting this high of day, right? Then okay, so what are we targeting? If we reject this high of day, we're targeting the low of day of yesterday, right? Like that's important. Like if you can come into those with those concepts, like, oh, we're rejecting yesterday's high of day, so let's aim for low of day. Super important stuff. Alright, I'm not gonna try to make it too long, that way I can actually upload it and not get like AIDS trying to upload it. Yeah, I'll come back to doing options calls tomorrow. I don't know if I'm gonna do QQQ, SPY, whatever. I'll do my charting later tonight. Yeah, have a good night, guys.